Next up, we have Aviate Audio. If you guys want to take over the screen and share your presentation.
Hello and thank you. We're connecting our screen right now.
Okay.
Let me just adjust this for 1 second. Okay, can everybody see our presentation in full screen mode right now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. Okay, well, Ryan's going to lead us off.
All right, cool.
No, I can't.
All right. So hi, everyone. I'm Ryan. This is Shane. We're Aviate Audio. Thanks for joining us today. So we're here to revolutionize the music tech industry, and we're making the music hardware tools that will define the future. And our ultimate goal is elevating musical performance. So as lifetime musicians, Shane and I are really passionate about music and solving the problems faced by us on a daily basis. So some of those problems are effects pedals, and effects pedals have been around since the 1960s. They're how musicians get all of their different sounds, and they're becoming increasingly more complicated and popular among different types of instrumentalists. But there's a lot of limitations that these effects pedals pose, meaning that you have to go to the same place on stage in order to access them. And if you want to access multiple effects at the same time, you're tap dancing on your pedals, and it becomes extremely distracting in a performance situation. Meanwhile, on your instrument itself, there's no interface between your effects pedals on the floor and the instrument in your hands. And you're typically limited to volume and tone controls only. And now we're seeing keyboard players, synthesizer players, brass and woodwind players all try and gain access to these effects pedals, but they're not designed for those instruments, so they have to make compromises in order to use them. So we created AirPatch to solve all these problems. AirPatch allows you to control your effects pedals wirelessly right from your instrument. You can activate multiple effects at the same time with one push of a button. And AirPatch also offers 3 new powerful modes of operation, which give you momentary and kill switching over your effects pedals, giving you new creative freedom to use your sounds in new ways that you wouldn't think before were possible. AirPatch was designed to be extremely easy to use and really simple. It's designed to be compatible with any rig and any player. Any effects pedal will work with AirPatch. So you just connect the wireless controller anywhere on whatever instrument you're using. You connect the dock to the effects pedals that you want to access wirelessly and pair it up, and you're all set. So I'll pass it off to Shane to get into the business model.
Thank you, Ryan. So a little bit more about the Aviate Audio business model. We are a develop, make, and sell kind of hardware company where we use our in-house expertise in electronics engineering and musical performance to create and develop tools that solve major problems in the music performance and music space. And we do that through in-house R&D and extensive customer validation and customer discovery, where we ensure our product market fit. And we support that with a global manufacturing and supply chain and a sales strategy that spans multiple different channels where we know our consumer base, particularly music product enthusiasts, to be extremely ever present and concentrated. Additionally, we have the long-term vision of expanding on this model and replicating the process, starting with AirPatch and then going on to new technology platforms. We have an opportunity to release an unprecedented ultra-lightweight speaker technology based on proprietary innovations, as well as a full-scale effects platform with e-commerce backend, so we can deliver a growing library of musical effects that will go from wireless control, but also including a whole suite of audio effects so people can create their signature tones. And this is the future that we envision for the music products industry. It's the trends that we observe. And so our goal is to be the brand that makes that future and that people look to as the next generation. So a little bit about the competition. AirPatch is a music accessory that falls in the utilities category for guitar effects and music effects. Our competition is primarily comprised of floorboard switchers. These are switching boards that aim to solve the problem of foot switches by adding actually more foot switches in a neat row. The space consumption on these units can be fairly ridiculous. They're somewhat of a band-aid solution for guitar players who want to have a simpler playing experience, but they come at the cost of sacrificing quite a lot of space on your pedal board, on your rig, and they generally fall short in terms of the value that they offer to solving the foot switch issue when you have a very complicated pedal board. So AirPatch comes in as a space-saving solution that actually expands your capabilities with your guitar effects with multiple switching modes and remote control capability. And it's an ultra compact device that fits in your hand, and it barely takes up any space on your pedal board, and look forward to demoing it as well. But we feel really confident about the position of AirPatch to compete in the current landscape. And we have an excellent team to do this right. We are a team of passionate engineers and musicians who use our skills and background in music to identify key problems and develop solutions to solve them. And we're marketers. We talk with our customers every single day and learn about their particular issues and tailor our solutions to make sure that they're the best for the industry. And we're business people with the sensibilities to do this right. So we're really excited about getting into business with AirPatch. And a little bit more about the unit economics here. Our MSRP based on, it's a customer validated price point of $199. Our minimum advertised price is $149, and our gross cost of goods sold based on recent quotations is $23.40 in a under 1,000 unit production run. So our margins will improve as we scale up, but we're starting with $125.60 margin. And the exciting thing about that really is that we have the ultimate flexibility when we're pursuing different sales channels to ensure that we can get our foot in the door with retailers, distributors, reach our full market potential, and ensure that we make money on every single unit that we sell along the way. Some exciting traction to date to talk about. We crowdfunded AirPatch 110% to goal last summer. We raised over $11,000. We validated the product at a major industry trade show, the National Association of Music Merchants Show, where we had an overwhelmingly positive reception for AirPatch. We were able to get positive feedback from influencers and industry players who we now have relationships with that we can utilize content creators and online voices to help us educate the industry about AirPatch. We have production in place, and we have a development pipeline to get our product out there and continue to replicate this process through new technology platforms. And this is something that we were able to do using non-dilutive prize money in 2018, where we had some success with business plan competitions. And Marnie announced today, and we're really grateful for the opportunity to have an offer from Launch New York. So we are looking for angel investors who would like to help us reach our matching goals and help us get into business with AirPatch and then onward into our next product. So with that, we had a 5 or so minute presentation on our business. I also have a demo for the product prepared right now, so we're really excited to show you what we got. All right.
So let's see, how are we doing on questions, everyone? Do you have more to go here, Shane?
Yeah, we're going to give you a live demo.
Oh, let's hold off on the demo for a second. Let's get to a couple questions, and maybe you can wrap up with the demo.
Awesome.
I want to make sure that people can jump in here if they want to. Back to our crew here. Everyone on the Zoom session. Any questions for the guys at Aviate?
I'm just excited for the demo.
All right.
I don't want to go there, but let me just do my job first, and then we'll get to the demo. Anybody else? So guys, just remind me if you could, do you have any patents filed yet for this?
We have one non-provisional patent application in place, and we're still waiting the first office action on it, but we do have a non-provisional application for a patent. And we also have we have extensive trademarking and for our branding and other assets.
Great. Okay.
All right.
Anybody else? I have another question. How do you, what kind of response have you gotten from the guitar purists who believe that the way things are done is the way things are done?
Yeah, I mean, this only adds things to your rig. It doesn't take anything away. It's all analog. There's no digital menus, it's as simple, pretty much the customer validation and feedback and going to the NAMM show and talking to, professionals and hobbyists alike. We came to the conclusion that this needs to be the most simplest implementation of gaining access to your effects, and it shouldn't take anything away from the existing rig. That's why it interfaces with the pedals that people already have, the instruments that people already have, and you can use your rig as normal, but it adds additional features and unprecedented access to your effects when you're playing live. You can dive into the crowd and change your sound, it's crazy.
Yeah, okay, and if you were to pick a genre that has more pedals and fewer pedals, what genre would that be?
Definitely, like there's the ambient, shoegaze, metal. Those people like to use, create sonic landscapes by using tons of pedals at once to really, go from your standard clean sound, all the way up until, massive synth sounds coming out of your guitar. So the pedal scene is the fastest growing segment in the music industry. It's rapidly expanding, and we're really excited to be part of helping people gain more access to their effects and being able to, not be tethered to your rig, not be, have to return back and tap dance and, fumble your performance up.
Okay, guys, I'm going to ask you to, because we're losing a lot of people here, I'm going to ask you to keep your demo just to a very short time, and then we'll be able to move on with our last team. I want to make sure our last team gets as much airtime as they can here.
Awesome. I'll have Shane tell you what we're going to do.
So I'm just going to use AirPatch to go from my clean sound to my lead using a distortion pedal. I'm going to have my button right here on the guitar.
All right.
We're not hearing that very well. There we go. Yeah, I'm not, guys. I'm not sure we're hearing that.
Oh.
I'm sorry to say that, but it's because I think Tyler and I would love to. Any other questions for Aviate?
I was just about to send in my money, but the demo didn't work. So
Yeah.
I'll fund the prior company.
All right, you guys. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And but we're gonna move on here to our next team.